What's up everyone, hope you all are having a great day today, and today, well, Griffin deleted his fucking server, so now I'm on my own to find retarded shit to make fun of, which means I have to resort to Twitter or search for videos on my own. And what better channel to make fun of than No Bullshit himself? Now, No Bullshit is one of those super far right anti-SJW everything is woke propaganda channels. Now, this guy is a massive fucking grifter. He's been caught red-handed for literally lying about other people, and then when he gets called out for it, he just goes, haha, I'm living rent-free in your head, got him, and then he moves on.
The anti-ableist SJW would be all for.
Thank you. I'm taking a bow. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching.
Don't you find it
I appreciate you guys enjoying my content. Thank you very much for this.
That is good stuff.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
No,
this is such a riveting video that you're still laughing at it 2 years later.
Not meant for you.
It doesn't get less funny. Like,
yeah, I think it's hilarious too.
So today he has a video. It's pretty old honestly, but it's on a show called WandaVision. Now you've probably heard of it. I'll show my thoughts on it later in the video, but if you've watched the show, you'd know that it has a shit ton of plot holes. Now you would think criticizing this show should be a walk in the fucking park, right? Since it has a bunch of plot holes. Well, see, No Bullshit here is special. Once again, he denies any proof of him lying about people as him just quote-unquote living rent-free in people's heads. So you can bet that he had a lot of trouble criticizing this show. So what's his first instinct? Calling it SJW propaganda. So enough talking and let's just check out this.
fucking retard.
Yeah, as you can see by the first 30 seconds of this guy's video, he adds in a shit ton of filler. He talks about what the show is, who it's made by, the details surrounding it, the titty size of the director, everything under the sun to extend the video length. Again, that's not necessarily bad. I mean, people have to make money on YouTube somehow, but it's not really something to laugh at, so I sped that shit up.
WandaVision. Now, WandaVision is pretty darn good. I like.
Honestly, I wouldn't even go that far, which is ironic because this video is mostly just going to be me defending the show and how this dude does not understand writing in the slightest. But honestly, WandaVision, it's kinda shit. To give him some credit, this video was made before the final episode of the show came out, but even then there were countless fucking plot holes in the show before the last episode. The last episode just made even bigger plot holes. The one I can think of off the top of my head is that the writers were so fucking retarded that they referenced Malcolm in the Middle, which has an actor that was in the Godzilla 2014 movie, which the Godzilla 2014 movie has the person who plays fucking Wanda in the MCU. It's literally a fucking Google search away, guys.
Like it, it's fun. It's not perfect though, and we're going to talk about some of the issues today, specifically with the cast and the way characters are treated and the way it appears to be a bit of a gender play, a bit of a pro-girls, anti-guys kind of thing. And
what? Where the fuck do you even come up with this shit? In what way does the show make Wanda morally in the right than any of the other characters? Honestly, you could go as far to say that Vision in the show is more right than Wanda, since, I mean, she enslaved an entire fucking town and faced literally no repercussions, aside from a few bruises and dirty looks from people in the town.
They'll never know what you sacrificed for them.
Again, the show is kinda shit. It's not hard to criticize it. Take any one of like the hundreds of plot holes in the show and run with that. But no, it has some secret SJW propaganda provided by Joe Biden, those damned Democrats.
before we even get to that though, I also want to mention a few other things.
The acting is great. Wanda does a great job. Elizabeth Olsen is a very talented, very beautiful actress.
The co-star Paul Bettany as Vision is doing extremely well, but he's kind of handicapped. He's kind of put in this position where Wanda is this overpowered character. She's kind of like the new Captain Marvel in this show.
What? Wanda is like fucking Captain Marvel now? The fuck? Are you really trying to compare Wanda, a character? To be fair, she isn't perfectly written, but she does feel like she could be an actual person. She shows feelings. But are you really trying to compare fucking Wanda to Captain Marvel? The most uninteresting character I've ever seen in any story ever, aside from maybe Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn? I don't know, man. It's kind of a stretch. much. See, I can a little bit see his point, how they're both super powerful and they're both women, but that's literally where the comparison stops. Because the difference between Wanda and funny lesbian haircut over here is that Wanda has flaws. She takes over this fucking town because she's grieving for her husband. Funny lesbian doesn't care about shit. She has no character. She is a cardboard box with tits and a funny haircut. That's it.
She was on the Avengers before. She's been with the Avengers since 2015, but she kind of didn't have as much power as she has now. Now she's kind of gained a lot more power. She's learned to use her magic skills. She's kind of like this witch character who used to just kind of spit red smoke out of her hands and control a few people's minds. But at this point, she seems to be controlling a whole town in this show. And
probably because the longer you have a skill, the better you know how to use it.
we're going to talk about how in a lot of ways they're mistreating a lot of the male characters. Like, again, we're getting a bit of a Captain Marvel vibe off of this, where all the girls are awesome and super powered and all the guys are mistreated, they're stupid, or they're taken advantage of, or kind of treated as second class citizens. We're going to go through the cast and the similarities to Captain Marvel real soon too, so it's going to be pretty fun, pretty interesting. And
I mean, he's right about something. I'm about to have a great ass time laughing at the retardation of this video.
right out the gate, as you could tell by this picture right here, you could see there's this black chick character. She's actually the daughter of a character from the Captain Marvel movie. She's Rambo is their last name. Her mom was Captain Marvel's best friend, and now she's grown up and become a sort of secret agent too. And going forward, there will be some mild spoilers. I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to spoil everything though. Like, I'm just going to go through a little bit of this and that. And
oh yeah, I guess that's your spoiler warning. I mean, I kind of already spoiled everything there really is, but I mean, come the fuck on. This show's been out since fucking January. If you haven't watched it at this point, you were never gonna watch it. Calm down.
point is, WandaVision kind of mind controls this city. That's a kind of guess at what's going on. We still don't know 100%, but basically she has this town, this small town taken over, and she kind of turns it into a sitcom, like a TV show, and each episode has a show in each decade. Like there's a 60s, 70s episode, there's an 80s, 90s episode. The last one I just watched was like an early 2000s parody. They go through the ages and kind of make parodies of different sitcoms, and at first it's just kind of fun and quirky, but you start to realize there's something going on underneath. Like Wanda is kind of maybe possibly mind controlling everyone in this town, and that's why there's this like kind of bubble around it that causes everyone to kind of do what she wants. And apparently she wants to go through this kind of fake life. She's trying to pretend everything's okay, and I think you could guess why she might do that. She has a lot of stress, a lot of drama. She just went through Avengers Endgame, the last Avengers movie. Like half the Avengers died. Yes, they got brought back at the end of that movie, but not everyone. The one person that didn't get brought back was Vision.
This just shows you how this guy has no clue what the fuck is going on. No, he wasn't the only character that died. Anyone who played a sliver of attention would know that anyone outside the snap died, didn't get brought back, aside from Loki and Gamora and Vision. Oh my god, Marvel is going down the shithole, honestly, the more I think about it. Not for the reasons this guy lists though.
Vision was Wanda's boyfriend before the whole Avengers Endgame Infinity War saga, but he was killed at the end of Infinity War, and one can assume that Wanda got mad and went on this whole tirade because of that. And in addition, she brings Vision back, and that's kind of the first step. That's the first character that we get that's kind of a hollow shell of a character. Like Vision maybe kind of starting to come out of his hypnotized state, but still at the core he's being controlled by Wanda. Wanda's controlling everyone. So that's kind of the base premise of what I'm talking about. Where
no, that was one of the few things they clearly established in the show, how she isn't controlling Vision. There are literally scenes where Vision is questioning her. Sure, he is essentially her imagination, but she doesn't control him. He literally tries to escape the hex in one of the episodes.
it's like she's the Captain Marvel, she's the overpowered girl, and in addition she's controlling all the guys guys,
And she's also controlling all the women? What the fuck?
including her boyfriend. Like, she won't even tell him the truth. She won't even be honest with her husband, boyfriend, the father of her children, which
Yeah, why wouldn't she tell her imaginary boyfriend who's the father of her imaginary children? Shame on her.
is a storyline that comes up in this show too. They have kids, which are two boys, which are also kind of mind controlled. Everything is mind
No, they're fucking not. They show several times over that the imaginary people like Vision and the kids have their own free will. This guy is fucking brain dead.
controlled, and the only characters that have any kind of authority or control of their lives, anyone that does anything good, is Wanda and this black Rambo chick.
Honestly, that's more of a thing with the showrunners being retarded when writing the show, but there are several men who have free will inside the Hex, even people who aren't imaginary. Like, I'm pretty sure the one boner dude at the end has free will because he's being fucking retarded, but again, the writers are kind of shit at their jobs and they don't establish a consistency of who has and doesn't have free will inside of the Hex.
And it's just very similar chemistry and makeup to what happened in Captain Marvel. So I think this is similar to Captain Marvel in a lot of ways. Girl power, anti-guy.
Where does it say even once that men are bad in the show or women are superior to men in it? Because again, as shit as the show is and as brain dead as the writers are, I doubt you can find a Captain Marvel moment or a female Doctor Who moment in this show at all.
Woke kind of influences, but at the same time, like Captain Marvel, there still is some fun to it. It's still watchable, but I think WandaVision has a better promise. It's gonna depend on how it ends, on how all the episodes come together. It's being released weekly, so we won't know right away, but right out the gate, I think you could see what's going on. And this is a list of the cast of characters. We're gonna go through each character a little more specifically. I'll show you some pictures if you're not familiar with them, but basically we got Elizabeth Olsen. She's the main character controlling the whole town. Vision's her boyfriend. She's supposed to be her counterpart, but she's kind of made him into her pet, and that's a big kind of red flag to me. I don't think
Yeah, and the show doesn't portray it as a good thing. The writers show how it's fucked up what she's doing, and I doubt if it were a male character it would be any different.
that would work in the reverse. That's another thing to kind of think about. Think about it, if this would be offensive in the reverse, like if Vision was controlling a Wanda character, I think Disney would not let that happen.
I mean, yeah, if it were reversed, it could be questionable, but what matters if they reversed it, like how it matters here, is how they execute it. If it were portrayed as a good thing with Wanda, that would literally ruin the entire premise of the show. If you actually watch the show, you'll notice she's kind of the villain in the show. And then they had to fuck it all up with adding in the generic CGI fight at the end, but that doesn't really have anything to do with this.
think that would fly with SJWs either, but this is totally okay because that's just how it works in the
Where at all in the show do they say that this was okay what Wanda was doing? The fuck? Sure, in the dog shit last episode, the one chick forgives her, which is bullshit, but for one, he doesn't even mention that in the video, and two, it's literally one retarded person. Not to mention, she wasn't even under control the entire time, and she came out of the entire situation with new superpowers.
So that's just how things are. So the next main characters to mention, we got this chick, which is their neighbor. I believe this is their neighbors that come over in one of the early episodes. And what happens there offhand is this guy ends up having a sort of heart attack and gets saved by Wanda. Like,
Jesus Christ, this guy is disingenuous as fuck. He's literally just outright lying about things now to prove his bullshit point. Let me play the clip of what he's actually talking about for you.
Stop it.
Vision, help him.
As you can see, it wasn't even fucking Wanda who saved him, it was fucking Vision. You really can't make this shit up. This guy's points are so fucking shit that he has to lie to his audience to prove them.
another instance of a guy kind of getting mistreated by the whole Wanda thing. And then the next character worth mentioning is Catherine Hahn, who is like the neighbor. Her character's name is Agnes, and she's actually a funny actress. She's been around a while, really entertaining, and she's kind of like the one of the only other characters that seems to know what's going on, but she plays along, and a few times she kind of says something, but then she just plays along too. But this goes along with it as well because she's another girl that's kind of getting a more positive rendition than.
So basically what you're saying is that only a certain amount of women can know what's going on inside of the Hex, or else it's SJW propaganda. Nice.
all the other guys. This is Monica Rambeau character I was talking about. She has plenty of authority. She's like the cool agent trying to figure this story out.
No, she doesn't have authority. I think she even gets told to like leave the scene at one point. I don't really remember. I'm not rewatching this entire dog shit show just to make fun of someone.
Randall Park is another good example. He plays Jimmy Woo, an FBI agent, and he gets relegated to like a comic relief character. He's not really allowed to do anything cool. He doesn't have the authority and the same kinds of badass scenes as Monica Rambeau or even this Kat Dennings character. Darcy Lewis is a character that's in there. She's allowed to be funny. She's kind of the comic relief and she does a lot of great lines. She's the one that's really super smart. And
So when the Darcy bitch is just a comic relief character, that's okay, but when the Asian dude is a comic relief character, it's SJW propaganda now? What the fuck?
figuring everything out, that's another positive male character, while Randall Park gets to be like this kind of butt of the jokes. He doesn't really get to go into the scenes. He's kind of just thrown around. He's kind of just there, and that's the thing. It's just the trend. And then we go to Evan Peters, who's playing Quicksilver, or a version of Wanda's brother. He's one character that kind of knows what's going on, but at the same time, he's being mind controlled. He's treated like a beta. They're all
And so are the fucking women.
subjugated under Wanda, and I think that's worth pointing out. Not because I'm upset, not because I'm angry, like I'm not trying to be all anti this and all that, but I think it makes sense, especially in the world these people have set up for us. I mean, WandaVision, part of Marvel, it's part of things getting woke right now, things getting really pro girl, anti guy, anti, just anything that
It was one movie, one dog shit movie that I've never heard anyone aside from the critics say they liked, and the MCU is SJW trash now. I mean, what am I expecting at this point?
that is gonna be called whatever. This is Wanda's show, and clearly she's the lead, and it's kind of also disappointing in a way too, because I think many didn't know how it was gonna play out. Like many might have guessed, oh, it was gonna be them as co-stars, but
What the fuck do you mean? One of them's literally dead.
the truth is, the way it's playing out is Wanda's the star. Vision is slowly trying to figure things out. Wanda is like either the hero or the villain, depending on how it goes, depending on how you look at it. But
No, she is sure as hell the villain in the show.
clearly she is more in control. She is the dominant alpha. All the guys are betas or simps, and that's just the kind of thing that's kind of got to make you think. You kind of got to be like, hey, what's going on? Why is all this stuff going against the guys and for the girls? I mean,
Because they're all in her fucking mind control circle.
it makes sense when you know what's going on with Disney. All the guys are basically relegated to being either jerks or mind controlled or doing silly stuff. Like the Randall Park character's been known to get coffee, while the Kat Dennings character makes all the fun jokes and discovers everything magically because she's all super smart. Just like,
What do you mean? You literally just said like not even 2 minutes ago that the Asian dude was also funny along with the glasses chick.
how WandaVision is all powerful now. She's got like every power you can imagine. They overpowered her, much like what they did with Captain Marvel. And does it ruin the show? Hard to say right now. It doesn't have an ending yet, but I'm enjoying it. I'm not saying this because I hate things. I really actually love this Scarlet Witch character. Like, she's super hot, super fun to watch, doing great different acting, comedy, drama. She has kids. She's dealing with her husband Vision. Like, it's a good show so far. I enjoy it. I look forward to seeing what's happening. But at the same time, we could point out something like this. We could notice how there's a male-female dynamic. We can notice this trend in the Marvel movies. There was a girl power moment in the last Avengers movie.
Yeah, and it was fucking retarded and it got slammed by basically everyone.
Captain Marvel has been taking over the universe, as has Black Panther, for different reasons. And with that said, I think you guys get where this is going. It's not the end of the world, but I think it's worth pointing out. And I'd like to see what you guys think about this male-female dynamic on WandaVision too. So comment your thoughts below. Subscribe if you're new. Tell me what you think about Wanda, what you think about Vision, what you think about the show. And also, are you excited about other Marvel shows coming up? There's other
Am I the only one who's just like really fucking distracted by the ad in the background?
ones coming up with Hawkeye, with Loki, with What If and Miss Marvel. There's also a Black Widow movie. There's also a Shang-Chi movie and the Eternals. And if you look at that lineup, you could kind of see the way Marvel is going. So tell me what you think, comment below, hit the like button, and until next time, have a great day.
Fucking Christ, that made me suicidal. But to make the long story short, no bullshit, got a ton of well-deserved flack for making that video, and after that he kind of just left for 5 months. He came back about a month or two ago with an Indiana Jones 5 video, but other than that he's kind of just fallen off the face of the internet, which is where he fucking belongs. This guy is like a somehow even worse version of the quartering, which is kind of insane to believe from all the brain dead takes the quartering has. But anyways, thank you all for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it. If you really enjoyed it, maybe hit subscribe, and I hope you all have a great day.
Fucking retards.